All right, guys, here are my games. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks. We do have quite a bit of games since my last update, so I'm gonna be getting through these relatively quickly. Don't want to make the video longer than it should be, so I'll browse through a lot of them, talk about some here and there as we go. So let's actually get started. Why not? So let's put these off to the side here and start off with our first batch right here. So we'll make that center fold right there and let's get started. So first game we have here is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. It was a decent game. I had my fun with it, but you know, Call of Duty's Call of Duty pretty much. So there's that. Next one right here is Jurassic World Evolution 2. Another cool little game. If you want to, waste time and build your own, Jurassic Kingdom, this is the game to get. Nothing crazy. Definitely would still recommend, especially if you're a big fan of Jurassic Park. The next game we have here is Sackboy: A Big Adventure. I absolutely love this game. Like I said on my last showcase, I actually played through this with my girlfriend and it was a lot of fun. If you guys are looking for something, to couch co-op play, I definitely recommend you guys play this game. It's cute, fun, a lot of cool little tracks, and yeah, I highly recommend Sackboy. Again, if you guys are looking for a couch co-op experience, you guys can play brother, family, whoever. It's a lot of fun. Next game we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This was actually a gift and I started playing it and I stopped, never got around to finishing it. Maybe one day I'll go back and finish it. I've never been a really big fan of Assassin's Creed, if I'm being honest, but one day we'll see. Next game we have here is definitely one of my favorites. This is Madison the Possessed Edition. This one's really cool because this one actually came with a lot of goodies and that's definitely appreciative. Nowadays we don't really get that, but I did stream this game on the channel and it was a lot of fun. If you guys are big horror fans, I highly recommend you guys checking this one out. Definitely had a lot of good jump scares, so if you guys are into horror, definitely check out Madison. The next one we have here is Rainbow Six Siege Deluxe Edition. Now, Rainbow Six wasn't actually sold physically, but they did something exclusive with Best Buy. So they actually sold it and I got it on sale for like 10 bucks. So it was a pretty sweet deal and I did put a little bit of time into it. Not much, just a little bit. And the time that I did put into it, it was fun. Next game we have here is Tiny Tina's Wonderland, the Next Level Edition. I'm a big fan of the whole Gearbox Borderlands franchise. So this was no exception. Picked it up and I actually really like the holographic cover art right here. Pretty cool. They always do some pretty cool stuff with their packaging. Borderlands 3 was awesome and this one was totally cool. If you guys are a fan, definitely recommend it. And this one's actually a good game to play co-op as well, so check that one out if you guys haven't. Next one we have here is Metro Exodus. This is another game that I started and I was enjoying, but I never got around to finishing it. And I definitely do want to go back to this one and actually finish it because, from what I played, it's been a really great game and it's got a lot of great reviews behind its back. So Metro Exodus. We'll bring on our next pile right here. And next game we have here is Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Chronicles. Such an awesome, cool little game. If you guys are big Demon Slayer fans and are fans of fighting games, this is definitely one to play. You guys can play a 2-player couch or you guys can actually play online and actually, whip some booty up in here. So highly recommend Demon Slayer if you guys are big Demon Slayer fans and you like fighting games. Next game we have here is Battlefield 2042, a game that I was definitely expecting some things out of, but fell flat big time right out the gate. And I only played a couple matches online and that was pretty much a wrap. Left it alone. The next one we have here is definitely a must play for the PS5. And this is Spider-Man Miles Morales. Such an awesome game. And I'm sure you guys have heard about, Marvel's Spider-Man for the PS4 when that originally came out. And this one is no exception. Such an awesome game. Next one we have here is Godfall. This was another gift game, and I actually haven't even started playing it. This one's definitely in my backlog. I know this game actually looks pretty solid, but I've heard a lot of bad things about the story itself, the world being kind of empty, so that's what kind of holds me back. But I definitely do still want to go through it one day. So Godfall. The next one we have here is Outriders Day 1 Edition. This was a pretty awesome game. I enjoyed my time with it. I definitely would have enjoyed it way more if I would have played it with friends, but sadly I did, single player this. But if you guys have friends and are looking for some, co-op action, I definitely recommend you guys playing this. It's up to 3 players online. And the looting and enemies and all that cool stuff, the abilities, character creation is pretty cool. Highly recommend Outriders. Now, next game we have here is Devil May Cry 5, the special edition. If you guys are a big fan of like Bayonetta, hack and slash type games, Devil May Cry is definitely no sleeper. Pretty awesome soundtrack in here as well. Definitely recommend Devil May Cry. I had a good time with it. I did finish it, and it was a pretty awesome experience. And it's actually my first Devil May Cry game. So, first one I started, and I started with the 5th one. I guess not bad there, I guess. The next game we have here is one of my best PS5 games here, which is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Such an awesome game, beautiful on the PS5. If you guys are big fans of the Ratchet and Clank series, I used to love playing Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal back on the PS2 days. And yeah, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, definitely a must get for the PS5. Now let's bring up my next stack right here. Back 4 Blood, a game that me, my brothers, and a friend were actually looking forward to, but it came out and sadly it kind of fell short. Not too much there in story. Customization was pretty lackluster. The environments definitely just felt the same every time, and yeah, it got pretty boring pretty quick. Definitely disappointed, especially because Turtle Rock Studios is the people that brought you Left 4 Dead, and I was expecting more out of it, but it is what it is. Evil Dead the game. There's another game that I was really hoping to enjoy, but it kind of disappointed me. The online, when I tried playing it, there wasn't much people playing it, and it's actually going to be free for PlayStation Plus members, so hopefully that boosts, player online, but we'll see. But Evil Dead, I wish they would have made this more of a single player campaign type of game instead of just online, but it is what it is. Pac-Man World Repack, cool little experience. I did stream this. I probably finished it within 6 hours or something like that. Pretty quick little game. If you guys are a fan of the Pac-Man World, this was a little remake from the original one back on the PS2. Definitely a cool little game. Now we're getting to some of my PS5 Steelbooks. First one we have here is my Steelbook for Elden Ring. I absolutely love this Steelbook. I did get this from Best Buy, so I did get this with a pre-order bonus from Best Buy, so pretty cool. And Elden Ring, I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with Elden Ring. Awesome game, such an amazing time playing it, and Elden Ring, I cannot say enough about that game. Next game we have here is Horizon Forbidden West, another game that I did stream here on the channel. A lot of games here I pretty much have streamed on the channel before, so if you guys want to ever come on by, talk, chat, definitely subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't. But this is the Steelbook that I did get from the collector's edition, and I did do an unboxing of that here on the channel as well, so pretty cool detail. Horizon Forbidden West, such an amazing game. If you guys own a PS5 or even a PS4, definitely check out Horizon Forbidden West, such an awesome big open world game. Another game we have here is, of course, none other than Resident Evil Village. I did get this as well from Best Buy as a pre-order bonus. Absolutely love Resident Evil Village, and I'm super looking forward to actual Resident Evil 4 remake that is right around the corner. So Resident Evil Village, definitely a great game. And the last Steelbook for my PS5 collection here is, of course, Dying Light 2 Stay Human, the deluxe edition. Pretty cool little Steelbook. This is a game that I need to go back and definitely finish. I have not finished it. I went kind of midways or a little bit more than halfway, but I definitely do want to go back and finish it. I was kind of disappointed. I know the first Dying Light had guns, and this is not, mainly focused on using guns or anything like that, but just using melee weapons, it did get kind of boring. I was actually hoping to be able to customize like Dying Light 1. That one had a lot of cool customization and weapon options when it came to guns, but it is what it is. The next and last stack that we have here is starting off with Dead Space. I am currently streaming this game as we speak. I should be done with it on the next stream. Such an awesome remake. This is definitely a remake well done. I love horror games, and this one definitely is top tier. Highly recommend. Next one we have here is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This is the physical PS5 version, which comes with everything. This is the complete edition, has all the DLCs and all that cool stuff. And this one's definitely in my backlog. I haven't not started playing this. This just came out, and I will be playing this in the near future. The next one we have here is Demon Souls. Right when I started playing it, I kept on dying, and I told myself whether I was going to be able to go through with it and finish it. And luckily, I did go back and stayed strong and actually finished it, and I absolutely loved it. This definitely helped me fall more in love with Elden Ring. And speaking of Elden Ring, we already talked about it. This is the PS5 regular case, but of course I keep it on my Steelbook. The next game we have here is the Callisto Protocol. This game didn't get a lot of great reviews, but I absolutely enjoyed it. I adored it. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the Dead Space games, and this one was just a pretty much copy and paste with the gameplay, but with its own story and its own combat. The combat does take a little getting used to, and it definitely took a little bit for me to actually enjoy it. But once you do, this game is awesome, very creepy in its own way. Definitely recommend it. God of War Ragnarok, another great, absolutely stunning game on the PS5. You guys own a PS5, you guys definitely have to check this one out. Visually, the best looking PS5 game to date. Santa Monica Studios definitely nailed it. Such a beautiful story. God of War Ragnarok, don't sleep on that one. And then we have Call of Duty Vanguard. Like I said earlier, with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, you know, just your typical Call of Duty game, something that you definitely play for a couple months and move on. And of course, this is my Resident Evil Village regular PS5 case. But like I said, I keep it in my Steelbook. But yeah, guys, that is my whole PS5 game collection for February 2023. We'll definitely see as the months go by. Definitely a lot of cool games that I'm looking forward to this year. If you guys like videos like these, make sure you guys hit that like button. It does go a long way. If you guys are new to the channel, again, please consider subscribing. Definitely let me know in the comments down below which one of these games in my collection do you plan to pick up soon, or which one are you currently playing. Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care. Peace.